Okay, this is going to be how to make butternut squash baby food. This is a butternut squash. First I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, once you've cut it in half, you're going to remove the seeds. I'm going to use a spoon. Okay, once you've cut it in half, I filled my roasting pan with about enough water just to kind of cover the bottom. It's about a half a cup, probably. And then I'm going to put them in face down and cook them for about 30 minutes or until they're until it's tender. That's usually, I guess, the best way to do it. Time doesn't really tell, depending on the size. What I plan on doing with this is taking the bottom portion and stuffing it with rice and stuff for my husband and I for dinner, and then taking the top portion and cubing some of it and putting it in the fresh food teaser for Deacon, and also pureeing a little bit more so we can just have the pleasure of feeding him. But I will show it to you once it's done roasting. Okay, so the squash has actually been in the oven for about an hour now. It's really, I checked it at about 35 minutes, and it was soft, but not quite soft enough. So now it's really, really soft. The skin is nice crunchy, which you're going to be peeling off for the baby food part. And taste the meat. Maybe. See, here's the, not sure if you can see it. It's the flesh. It's similar to pumpkin, again. And now it's really, really, really soft. So it was in there for actually almost an hour. But this is a larger butternut squash. So again, I'm going to take this bottom portion here, and I'm going to stuff it for my husband and I for dinner tonight. And then I'm going to puree and cube this portion for my son for his dinner tonight. So I will show you the next step. Okay, now I've cut our portions off for our dinner, and normally, yeah, you would stuff it and then probably bake it, but since I'm making his food, I want, of course, to have his pieces. Now, they're really, really easy to peel once they've been baked, whereas if you decide to boil them, you probably have to use, like, a potato peeler, but as you can see, the skin literally just, like, peels right off. Really, really easy to do, and actually kind of fun. So, yeah, you just peel the skin off. And then I will show you the next step in making the baby food. Alright, the first thing I've done is cut up his part of his squash into individual pieces that I'm going to freeze, so that at a later date I can put them into his fresh food teether. I do plan on using baby-led weaning the majority of the time. However, I do want to feed him a little bit. This way he'll be able to eat the squash himself. I can either defrost it or leave it frozen and use it to help make his gums feel better when he's teething, working on a new tooth. So this is the first step. Next, I'm going to puree the remainder of his squash. So I will show you that step next. Something I forgot to mention is that I did put saran wrap in here so that when it comes time to pop out the frozen pieces, I can just lift it up and push it off with my finger in case they're stuck to the bottom. That way I won't have to defrost all the other pieces in order to get just one piece out. So there's just a little tip. Okay, I'll show you pureeing in just a second. Okay, I just finished pureeing the squash. Now I'll show you how it looks. I did add 5 ounces of breast milk to the squash, just in order to get the right consistency. And as you can see, it's really, really smooth and really well pureed. It's exactly like, sorry, it helps if I show baby food. So, you saw the remainder of the squash that was in there, that was left, you know, well, his portions, subtract the pieces you saw. And, the squash as a whole is about about 4 pounds. So I added, yeah, about 5 ounces of breast milk. So I will show you again in just a second, the next step. Okay, I want to show you all that was made by, with my 4-pound butternut squash. Of course, I have the 2 halves for my husband and I, and we're going to be eating those with dinner tonight. And Deacon is going to be having some pureed butternut squash and a piece of butternut squash. So that way he can feed himself and we can feed him a little bit too. Of course, I have the, let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 servings of butternut squashes that are going to go into the fresh food teether. And then I have 7 1.5 ounce containers of butternut squash. Now I was sure to label them that it's butternut squash, 1.5 ounces, today's date, and that they're with breast milk, so that I know exactly what I have at a later date. So this is what about $3 worth of squash created. 7 dinners, actually 8 dinners for Deacon, 11 servings in his teether, and a dinner for me and my husband. So let me know if you have any questions. And here's the finished product for me and my husband. Well, this one's mine. The butternut squash filled with a chicken rice topped with Parmesan cheese. We love crescent rolls. And then I just did some breadcrumbs on chicken breast and put it in olive oil and cooked it in olive oil. So this is our dinner. Yes, I eat a lot. So anyways, I hope you can get some ideas and enjoy. Bye.